Alrighty, gang, let's get into it. This is Puzzle Gauntlet. There's a red dot on the screen as I'm saying. So this Puzzle Gauntlet is gonna have Karnak, Luke Cage, Silk, Magneto, and Storm. And Storm and Magneto are gonna be my ascended 3 stars. So let's get into the first one, bending the rules. Oh god, these here have 445 tiles at once. Prowler and Monica Rambeau are gonna have fortified tiles. Well, one's gonna create fortified tiles with her repeater, and Prowler's gonna do it if we have strike, attack, and protect tiles. So let's see here. I'll go with Mohawk Storm. I'll decrease lightning strike so that we can. Well, no, cause I can say that one there for later. I guess I'll go with Silk. I guess the reason why I'm going with Silk, she'll make she'll make some strike tiles or whatever. Again, I was thinking about doing it with Prowler, but Prowler would take way too long to have the those fortified tiles. Put it that way. Go that way. Let me at least get rid of that one there. Because I really wish though there was a faster way to put those fortified tiles on the board, but sadly there's not. Because this is all luck based here. And with no real healing, it's pretty much a war of attrition. Yeah, that's a retreat again. No, really doubt Storm is gonna survive past that turn there. At least with Luke Cage, I'll have a projectile. At least we'll have that. No, no, Monica, don't do that. Okay, well, that'd be another corner towel right there. Alright, just need y'all to fire off a power again. That would be nice. Alright, there's two. Uh, and then we're done so here. I mean, I could probably reduce the strength of those tiles, but then again, I need them on the board. Mm, so I wish there was a way to refortify that tile, but alas. 'Cause that'll get refortified in a minute. Very much appreciated, Monica. I appreciate that. Alright, there's three right there. No, there was three. No, the one time where the board shuffle, when I wanted the board shuffle to do something right, it doesn't. Let's get some stuff fortified or just do some damage, one of the two. Alright, we might need to expedite things just a little bit, just to get it down on the board. I'm perfectly okay with that. Uh, we're, we're just at the, we were just at the mercy of the board. So far, so good. Okay, that helps out some. Alright, let's move this here over to the corner, let it get refortified. Let's get that there fortified, I guess. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. 'Cause I don't want to fire off a power, just in case. Alright, we'll be able to fortify that. Well, she can't really do any damage to us, which is a good thing. Oh, we gotta remove this one here. Got to. Man, this here would be a whole heck of a lot easier if we had Shuri, but no. 2 now, again. Man, just keeping me up under this purple status. No, sir, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna just punch her in the face. Why not? I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna lose anyways. Man, I'm surprised I'm not down yet. Yep, there it is. Because I'm trying to, because, 5 tiles to fortify web tiles, and I wish I could, her all wrapped up didn't destroy that there, but she will be needed pretty soon. Mm, just get rid of that tile there. Get rid of that. I'm gonna probably need immunity to stun. I'm gonna look at my supports real quick. Because I know one of them, I think it's, I mean, Lockheed, that's cool. let's see here. Yeah, yeah, because I don't want to be stunned. Go that way. So, yeah, there we go. Get some immunity to stun. Mm, well, okay, never mind about the let that stay the course. Okay, that'll work with me. Yeah, that'll still work with me. Go that way. Now I just need down there at the bottom, or maybe not. really don't want that there to be matched away. Okay, cool. We can live with that. Yeah, I don't really have any team ups to advance the game state, sadly. Let's get some healing in. There we go. Jeez. Alright. Make a column of strike tiles. This is the one we're gonna need silk in because she makes strike tiles. The only thing we don't want them web tiles to be on the arm. And we kind of want Dakin to remain in the fight because he helps us facilitate those strike tiles. Probably need to see about some supports that make strike tiles. Now that stinks a little bit. Give her a web tile, I guess. Or we'll wait. Because once we get a little bit more healing, because we can make green strike tiles, but I still need one more casting at least of total recall. That's my main thing. Okay, let's get rid of that. Again, just keep Mantis alive a little bit longer. Alright, now just trying to. Okay, so it'll be that column there. Web tiles. Alright, now switch over to Dockin. If the game will let me. If I just get rid of those team up tiles, that'd be fantastic. Uh, Alright, so let's see here. Do I have any supports that perk? See here, we'll look for strike tiles. Oh, duh. The level AI does it at the start of each turn. Yeah, duh. Because it's not like if I had old old Polaris. Again, if I had Polaris, man, this makes this here a whole heck of a lot easier. But sadly, I can't use it. Put it that way. That's the only downside though about the low level AI. Once I start matching strike tiles, it increases the strength of all the other strike tiles on the board. And that's gonna start doing damage. Those two there get converted. Drop them strike tiles down a little bit further. Alright, we know she'll create green strike tiles. If I can get rid of that web tile, that would have been fantastic, but still no. Alright, well now we can, let's focus on Manus real quick to make sure Wolverine's son doesn't get downed on us sometime soon. Let's go that way. Alright, let's risk it with the strike tiles. No. Alright, well, there's the green right there. If we can just get rid of that pesky web tile. Alright, switch the dock in now. Still got a few more web tiles that can be matched to the shadow room. So that way. Yeah, I'll go with that at the top. And then tick, tick, tick. I said, I wish all these other characters here had ways to use strike tiles, but sadly, mm-mm. I just use the old strategy of just gathering up enough blue and fire off. And fire it off enough times to where we're all good, but we're nowhere near that state just yet. Man, this board here is devoid of blue. Alright. I I think we may have enough. We're gonna find out now. Alright, I got a bunch of cast into this here. Alright, well, I knew she was gonna get down. Let's get rid of that web tile there. Still not. Dang. Oh, Dawkins about to get downed after the next turn. Yeah, because he wasn't gonna survive after that. Probably should have came in with a little bit more healing, but it'll be alright. Mm, so that puts more strike tiles back on the board. I know, riveting analysis. Alright, switch back over to the Mantis. Mm, the only column it'll be is that one there. Co- Mm, Yay! There we go. All right, this totem dagger. As if we can. Okay, make a row of projectiles. All right. This is literally what we're gonna do. Normally, I'd be like, okay, uh, I'm not using 5 stars. We're using 5 stars here. Because this one here takes way too long. So, better rebuild. Because he starts off with projectiles at the start of the battle. I need Polaris. Because of her stuff. And then, who's my third to make projectiles? Magneto. And again, I really don't need team ups or nothing like that there. Again, the reason why I'm just going with 5 stars, because again, they got high health. It didn't matter too much. As long as I match my projectiles, we're good. All right, there we go. That's the start of the projectiles right there. Actually, we don't need to create strike tiles. I should have brought in the other Magneto. Oh well, we're gonna have at least that one strike tile there, unless it gets matched away. Or I just do this here, polar coordination, and we'll just destroy ham. Let me see what I want to destroy. I'll destroy yellow, destroys black, so let's go with black. Now those projectiles should, you know, yeah. Now Polaris doesn't flood the board like how she used to with projectiles, but she'll serve her purpose. I just I gotta change that polar balance. Okay, more projectiles, whatever. Man, we're actually doing enough damage to where we can actually down them. Tuh. Okay. All right. Since no 5 star, I'm not gonna use my 5 stars. Who creates projectiles? I could use Bishop because he creates projectiles. Sam creates projectiles and Magneto creates projectiles. Though we're gonna filter this here out. Go with ability descriptions. Alright, let's see here. She ignores, she creates. Kamala creates projectiles, but we have to be very careful about matching them though. That's the downside. At least with Bill, it's more of a passive sense. He does it at the start of the battle. Oh, so I can't really use a bishop. I'm gonna use where my boy at? The what's the name Magneto. Yeah, use the other Magneto, heal him, and Iron Patriot. Now the reason why I got Magneto blow up some red tiles on the board. I actually don't even need that Magneto there to be honest with you. I just need somebody that can generate yellow for me. So, uh, where's Kingpin at? Oh yeah, that's right, because I'm still stuck under projectiles. So anytime ally fires off a power, we got projectiles. He creates projectiles on his yellow, and then Magneto's kind of redundant. Let me see here. She creates strike tiles. Again, I could use Bullseye, but his is limited. Mr. Fantastic is more random than anything. Yeah, we'll go with this version here, Falcon. Let's see here. And it's not gonna make that much of a difference. One extra projectile, yeah. But what we need to do though, we do need to stun um Matt Gargan, but we can't really use it because he makes attack tiles. That's the other downside. Because we'll take the damage. There's projectiles. There's another projectile. Alright, prop defensive array. Because we got way too many projectiles on the board. There we go. Way too many projectiles on the board, and Venom would just one-shot somebody. Alright, make a column of attack tiles. MODOK is going to create attack tiles, so is Jean Grey. So we're going to see here who all makes attack tiles. I'm going to go probably with my boy, um, Doom. You're probably wondering, well, which Doom are you talking about? Because I forget this one here. He makes attack tiles. So that's to reduce damage. There's your there's your attack tiles right there. So go with him. Go with the 1-star Storm, wherever she's at. There she is. And then whoever's the third, Ghost Rider, why not? He creates attack tiles with green. So if I get to black first, I win. That's essentially what it is. I get 9 black, I win. Again, Doomsday Plan, and then Jean's gonna fire off Psychic Flames. Doomsday is gonna down my boy. And then Storm is pretty much downed. I already see that there. She's gonna get down. She's gonna get down because Doomsday Plan is gonna count down to 1. Then that countdown tile is gonna get dropped down. Boom. There's Doom. And then she's not gonna make it because of match damage. So I'll just be burning through all these health packs, but it's all good though. Alright, we'll increase the length of that countdown tile twice. blow it up again. Alright, there you go. Okay, the row of charge tiles. Yeah, I hated this one here. Because essentially you had to match this team here. Essentially. Vulture to go airborne, there's Throg, and then Carnage. And once you get enough green, and then you can zip zap zop all the attack tiles on the board, transform them to charge tiles, and you effectively win. Now I kind of wish I had what's his face? Um, what's my boy name? Not Lockjaw. The other good boy. Cosmo. Cause Cosmo's a good boy. That had Cosmo. Cosmo punishes all the charge tiles and yay me. Alright, there's Predaventures Assemble. Or there will be Pet Adventures Assemble pretty soon. That's gonna blow up all the charge tiles on the board. I can stay on the board for one turn. I'm gonna wait until they return from airborne, absorb the damage. He'll survive. Fire off my own. Zip zap zop. There you go. See, that's what I said. You had to literally match their team. That you don't have enough attack tiles on the board. Four corner strike tiles at once. Alright, so anybody that can create strike tiles that's not Robert DaCosta. Now, if they said create trap tiles, oh yeah, you could flood the board, but sadly, no. Alright, so let me think here. Can't really do Silk because she. Oh, I am literally overthinking this, sir. Probably wondering, wait, what? Maria Hill. Look at what her black ability is. Creates creates some strike tiles. So I get 18 black. I essentially win. Uh, the other way to do it, if you just really want to be mean, break out uh Juggernaut with Sam Wilson. Uh, Sam's passive ability anytime that there's team damage that's being done, Juggernaut's gonna well from Juggernaut's passive, you're gonna create some strike tiles on the board. And then let me see here. Do do. We'll go with Frank. Because anytime I fire for power, my good friend uh John Hammond is gonna create some strike tiles. That would be ideal if I got rid of all that in the corner. I'm not worried about gamma ray experiment. That's not gonna hurt things. Alright. Now the question is, do I have enough black? Because it's 24. I need one more casting of black. That's what it is. Get rid of that. Alright, so there's one strike tile there. I don't use green. Alright. Ah, boo. I wish I could just get rid of that tile there. Alright, retreat. We'll do it again. Because Hulk ruined it. He always ruins things. Cause I had the black all set up. All the strike tiles set up. I had all that there set up in there. I had to wait. Again, I don't use I don't use green. Alright, there we go. Because what Jim Hammond was gonna do anytime I fired off those powers, yeah. Alright, column of web tiles, this one here. You want to stun Wolf's Bane. Don't target this Spider-Man here. And don't use Silk. That's the important thing. Because the reason why I say don't use Silk, she will delete some of those web tiles that you have on the board. And I'll use Spider-Man India. Well, no, I need a. No, 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 no. It'll work. It'll work. I just won't use that Spider-Man there. And then. Now, I could use my Miles Morales, but he's done his work, and he's an ascended 5-star. All right, so let's get all of these web tiles matched away. Again, Spider-Man Indy is gonna give us some tiles on the board. Kick out the jams. Don't do it. That's why I brought in Spider-Man India. Because if he happens to get hit by anything, thank you, Peter. See, again, makes it real simple when you have Wolfsbane stun. All right, that's the first half done. Column of projectiles, new chance to create friendly projectiles. The one character we do have to worry about is North Star sending us airborne, but that's neither here nor there. So Magneto, trying to think here. Well, not really worried about the enemy. What's the name tiles? So get Magneto. Even though we used my boy, uh, for oh my goodness, his name is literally up on the tip of my tongue. And once you see him, you're like, oh yeah, you did use him before. Iron Patriot, and then let's need another projectile user. I can't use bishop because once he gets enough projectiles on the board, he'll start deleting them off the board. Clea, don't you do something with projectiles if I'm not mistaken? Stuns, traps, burst, healing, countdowns. That increases damage. Nope. For some reason, I always think Clea does something with projectiles. I don't know if we're gonna take enough damage to to trigger off her blue though. That's the only downside. Dr. Bong would be perfect for countdown tiles and repeaters. We don't need those. Mm, Luke's at the start of the turn or at the start of the battle. Don't really need that. Gwen, I guess we'll go with you. Oh, see, yep, there's North Star. And then when Magneto comes back from being down, Bond Forces, Shadow Play. This is not. These are not the droids we're looking for. Alright, so we'll fire off defensive array. Nah, can't it destroy everything? Hit the keep on the board. Running early. That. Come on, Loki. Again, it's just a little bit. I just blow up the board. Let's retreat. Again, I'm gonna just use Magneto. Use him. Oh, yeah. While Gwen does work, I need Kane. No. Kane does attack tiles. It it's the other version of May. This one here. Cause she'll make projectiles that start her. No, it was what's the name? She destroys enemy special tiles. Yeah, whenever she takes damage, yeah, she creates projectiles. Yeah, so I was right. But also too, Kane, he'll create projectiles too. At the at the start of each turn, he'll take when he takes some amount of damage, he'll create projectiles too. It's just more of an accelerant. Yep, there goes all them projectiles right there. Now let her take more damage. Well, not that much more damage. I kind of was trying not to hit Loki's black, but I ended up hitting it anyways. No. Not like this. Not like this. I will use Kane. I'll go ahead and use him. I gotta make sure his black. Yeah. Because I need 18. I can probably live with Loki's tiles getting removed because it ain't gonna hurt. Not gonna hurt anything. I want to wait one turn at least. Yeah, that clear up. There we go. Yep. I'm glad I waited one turn. Alright, let's see here. Four corner attack tiles at once. Uh, Warriors is gonna hate on any special tiles, but we're going to end up using the MVP. I just seen black. There we go. We're gonna end up using MVP, and then I'm not gonna use my buddy's cloak and dagger as much as I would like to. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's go Iceman with the stun, and we can go from there. And that's in a bad spot. Alright, and Storm was gonna blow up the board. Getting not really worried about hematology. Alright, now let's make sure that I do have enough attack time. Enough, what's the name on the board? That's 64. Boom. I just wanted to make sure everything was cleared off before I did what I did. Alright, final one. Make a row of strike tiles. This is all you need to know. Patsy can can essentially help you out with the strike tiles if if you happen to have at least what's the grid 8 by 8 something like that there. If you have the 8 by 8, if you have these 8 strike tiles on the board and she fires off her purple, she'll put the enemy strike tiles on the bottom. You win essentially. Cyclops does some swappage. Sabretooth helps. Well, really, excuse me, not helps, but he hurts with the strike tile activation. Again, we're just gonna make this here really simple. Where's the MVP? Maria Hill. I got enough black, I win. And I guess we'll bring him in for good luck. We'll bring in Puck. Why not? Puck is here just for the lulls, really. There he is. Because, yeah, her cat-like reflexes, that's 8. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I said, at the bottom of the board, boom. You have these 8 straight tiles, and they hadn't been destroyed. And she fires off her purple, boom. But also, too, we got to be mindful of not having too many strike tiles on the board, because then that happens. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Best of intentions. We'll let Puck do what he does. Doesn't matter. Put him down at the bottom. I win. Told you. Again, easy peasy lemon squeezy. There's Puzzle Gauntlet done and dusted. It took me about 2 hours to get this video here done. Or thereabouts at least. Before we get into that, lightning, not this lightning deal, this lightning deal here. 25 standard tokens, Black Friday vault token, yeah, for 1,000. We'll look at this here momentarily. Alright, Puzzle Gauntlet. Opportunities to get the featured token or the featured support, featured 3, 4 star characters, random assortment of stuff, red ISO 8, you know, the usual. As I always do, I'm gonna pull at least 3 because the totem I really don't have too much in. Alright, so there's 3 of those. Next, Black Friday Vault. As you can see, shards for the the newest 6-star Cosmic Spider-Man, stuff for Galactus, Frankie Ray, Old Man Logan, Okoye, your favorite 5-star shard or sharded character, Moonstone or Moondragon, I should say, American Chavez, Juggernaut, who I mentioned, 2 150s for your favorite 4-star, legendary tokens, ISO 8, roster slots, heroic tokens, and classic legends. So let's see what I get for 1,000. Cool, roster slot. So I essentially paid 1,000 hero points for a roster slot. Um, I can always use roster slots, so that's why I'm not upset. All right, next up, the supports themselves. This one here's a good, uh, a decent-ish assortment. Well, let me rephrase that though. 2 that are extremely good, to a bunch that are defining of the PvE meta, and some, yeah, if you don't have these here, yeah, you probably need to pull from here. Ancestral Plains, Cruise Countdown tiles, not really that big. Atlantis, this is important for PvE and PvP if you happen to use Frankie Ray. At level 3, it gives you 5 green AP at the start of the battle. Again, percentages. Carol Super Beeper that heals anytime. Um, I believe it's special tiles, but when I use it on pay to rebuild, it's protect tiles. Chewy, which you've seen in action. Well, no, you've seen Locky in action. Chewy creates attack tiles. The supporter character matches it. Good for Kitty Pride. Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw, whatever. Gamma Rays, this is actually sort of kind of decent for Immortal Hulk because of the destruction of green tiles and all that there. You happen to have this here along with Frankie Ray when she's with Atlantis or anything that can start her with green at the start of the battle. Yeah. Hope Summers, Krakoa. Now this was back before Frankie Ray came into the game. The quickest way to knock out nodes in uh shield clearance 10, the old shield clearance 10 was Krakoa with um Emma Frost. Then you had Iron May, or not Iron May, but Golden Oldie May with anything that could get her red AP, and then of course uh, Arc Reactor with anybody that had Stark Tech or that had the um, Stark affiliation with them. So you get 10 red AP, everything goes kabloom. Low level AI, this here creates strike tiles. Like I mentioned earlier, you equip this here to the 5-star Falcon, him plus Juggernaut equals strike tiles galore. Anytime you master strike tiles, they get buffed. Yeah, Omnipotent City, even though Jane Foster Thor is heavily has heavily been reworked. I mean, she's not the menace that she was. This is still pretty good on her or any godlike characters. Pocket Pocket Radio, yeah. Creates charge tiles if if you're using Dazzler, but whatever. Uh Shuri's Lab, this will create fortified tiles. Spider Sense, this will create Spider Sense is alright. Stepher Cuckoos, I mean that's alright. Taskmaster Sword, this is pretty much a must. Not a must, but something that you should have in your back pocket whenever you're doing Clash of the Titans, because it increases the damage of your powers and whatnot. Thanos Copter. This ability here, this support here is just downright evil. Board Shake, or I should say, not Board Shake, but uh, Tile Shake. So you have this here with somebody that that can manipulate the board. Them cascades get out of control real quick. There's a reason why they banned it in PvP. Carol Core and Totem Dagger, I mean, useful with our good friend Chasm, but whatever. Nessa Fisk, Victorious, Wasp Gauntlets. The only redeeming thing about that is it heals. That's about it. So I'm gonna pull 6. Oh, what? Uh, again, y'all saw that. Alright. Because Atlantis is my favorite support. That's gonna be all the way up to level 4 once this here's done. And the final couple pulls. Oh, there's a double up there. Let's make sure. Okay, yeah, cool. Then 3 of these here. Again, that's just gonna add up to the level 5. This is already maxed out. Like, wait, what? Like, yeah. Okay, I'll take that there. Spider sense detection. That actually might be the clip of the video there. And it all goes downhill from here from the master support. Just one of those there. Alright. So let's get these supports here done and dusted. See, because I already have the Ebony Maw and Cull Obsidian maxed out, so just for posterity's sake. Uh, green base match damage increased. 75% chance to gain 3 green AP, which and this can only be equipped to villains. So trying to equip it with our good friend Nova Frankie Ray, not gonna happen. And then whenever the character fires a power, 20% chance to destroy 8 random basic tiles. And then the mod itself, uh, base match damage for black is increased, max health is increased, 75% chance to gain 3 blue AP, and supported character fires off a power, 25% chance to steal random AP. Don't really care about the attack tiles. Okay, low level AI got that maxed out. Again, Unlimited City got that maxed out. Thanos Copter have that maxed out. I want you to see how evil it is. Create a Cosmic Cube at the start of the turn at rank 1. If either team matches or destroys the tile to gain ownership of it, supported characters team owns the tile, or if we own the tile, the team gains 36% increased ability damage and converts 2 tiles in the supported character's weakest colors into their strongest colors each turn. The reason why I have it with Yellow Jacket, well, he likes to go invisible. Enough said. Uh, rank 3, Cosmic Cube's Master Destroyed. Send the one who mastered Airborne for a turn. When they land, deal percentage of damage to their max health if they were an enemy, or burst health if they were on the supporting character's team. And then rank 5, this is this is the evil one here. Whenever the supporter character makes a match, rotate the 3x3 block tile surrounding the tile. Additional matches caused by this here deal 61.2% bonus damage. So yeah, it gets nuts pretty quick. Which I know I gotta do the spider dagger, the totem for that there. I'll do that momentarily, but I gotta rank up Atlantis so you can see where it's at level 3. Rank it up, rank it up to 4. So 65% chance to gain, or 67% chance to gain 5 green AP at the start of the turn, or start of the battle. And then we'll upgrade the what's the name before I'm done. Alright, Totem Dagger. We'll look at this here, then pull what's what. Alright, rank 1, whenever one or more web tiles are created, deal damage to a random target equal to a percentage of the max health. This prioritizes and deals permanent damage to Spider-Verse characters. Rank 3, whenever one or more web tiles is matched or destroyed, supported characters burst by a percentage of the max health. Rank 5, at the start of the supported character's turn. If there are less than 2 enemy lock tiles, lock a random enemy special tile. The supported character takes reduced damage for each enemy locked enemy tile. And then finally, once you equip it to Spider-Verse, if the supported character deals 1% increased damage for each web tile on the board at the supported character's first 2 turns at the start of including the start of the battle, create 1 web tile. So again, the permanent health with Chasm, him losing health, it really doesn't matter. So at least with the support with this here, I'm guaranteed at least a rank 3 or higher. So there you go. And then this one here, oh, cool, rank 3 and rank 4. So yeah, so that's that. Um, whoops. Okay, we got Spider Sense. That's what it was. So let's level that there up, and then level up the totem, and then that's that. All right, so as I will just again just have it here for posterity's sake. Level up, go all the way. Again, 3% health, 4% the max. Again, that really hadn't changed too much. And then finally, Spider Sense. Alright. Rank 1, supported character takes 38% less damage from enemy matches. Rank 2, base match damage for green is increased. Start of the battle, gain 4 green AP. Rank 4, supported characters damage from enemy powers is reduced. And then rank 5, start of the turn, there's a chance to create a projectile. And if you equip it to Spider-Man Infinity War, then his colors essentially have a 21% chance of being web tiles on his turn, which again, this here should have been a part of his kit, but I digress. So let's go ahead and rank this here up from level 3 to level 5. No, not resources. Alright, let's see here. So at the max level, again, percentage hadn't changed, match damage hadn't changed. Uh, that hadn't changed. Reduced damage from enemy powers, that's increased. And then stronger projectile and all that there. And then more of a chance for being web tiles. So 25% chance, like, whatever. Anyway, so that is it for me with the Puzzle Gauntlet. Uh, I should have did the stuff for my lines first, but I wanted to get this video here out, done, dusted. We'll be back at it again Monday. Be excellent to your fellow human beings, and hopefully I will have some desktop audio with Puzzle Quest. Until then, peace.